Hey guys, hope it's going well. So the word of the day is opportunity. For example, I didn't have an opportunity to film an introduction for this video. So this is the introduction. I hope you're enjoying it so far. I'm having lots of fun. And yeah, that's basically it. All the products used today will be listed in the description below as they are seen in the video. So if you are interested, go check them out and enjoy. Have fun. Start by taking a sizable amount of nose putty or FX wax and applying a small amount of spirit gum remover onto your hands and rubbing them together so that the wax does not stick to your hands when you are using it. Warm it up with the heat of your hands and start rolling it and moulding it into a ball shape. Once it is pliable, go ahead and squish it into a large disc shape. Preferably oval, but it's up to you, and then place it onto your body part of choice. Once I'm happy with the position, I then go in with my palette knife and start scoring the edges to blend it onto my skin and help it stick. I like doing this as it helps to create uneven edges around the wound. And once I finish this, I then go in with my fingers and start blending it out onto my skin. Then once you're happy with the design, go ahead and apply sealer to the outer areas only to set your design in place. Once the sealer has dried, take your palette knife and start scoring the teeth marks into it by pressing down into the wax and then dragging your palette knife forward and backwards to create the teeth marks. You can use something other than a palette knife, something with a flat tip, as it were, but use whatever you can to create these teeth marks. Just make sure that you're being safe. No casualties for real, please. Pretty please. Much obliged. To give your zombie bite a little bit more depth, you can then use your palette knife to lift up the wax around the teeth marks and drag it towards the center of the bite. Did that make sense? I really hope that made sense. If not, and you cannot understand my ramblings, then watch the video, because I believe it's all being explained to you right now, unfolding right in front of your eyes. Then once you're happy with the design, go ahead and apply sealer all over, including inside the teeth marks as well. Then once you've applied sealer all over, wait for it to dry. Do what you like whilst it's dry. Grab a coffee, watch some TV. I prefer to dance with my hands. You could do something more productive with your time while you're waiting for your bite mark to dry, like getting a makeup sponge and some tweezers and picking holes into the sponge for the next part of the tutorial. But it's completely up to you. I mean, I opted for dancing, so the possibilities are endless. I am then using alcohol-based paints, firstly in white, going into the center and then around the border. I'm then taking the dark red and going over the same areas as the white and then extending it onto my bare skin as well as over the tops of the teeth marks. However, I'm not going into the teeth marks, just over the tops of the indentations. Then taking the light purple, I'm going over the molars as well as the center of the bite mark and over the veins in the surrounding areas. And then doing exactly the same with the green, but extending it all over the design as well as the surrounding areas. And then did exactly the same with some bright red and some dark blue. So this is an opportunity for you to set your creative side loose. Basically, take all of the colours that I have mentioned previously and start stippling it on in random areas until you find an effect that suits you. Different things are going to work for different people, and different colours are going to work better for different skin tones. So just do whatever you feel looks best. Then once I was happy with my colour scheme, I took my flat brush and used the dark green over my veins as well as into the teeth indentations. I'm then going back in with that palette knife and lifting up any of those wonderful skin flaps that may have been flattened by any of the paintwork that I did. Then using a fine paintbrush, I'm going in with purple into those teeth indentations and around the teeth marks as well. Don't worry if it's a little bit messy, that's kind of what we're going for. I'm then taking the dark red and lining around the teeth marks on both sides, and I'm then taking the black and going into every tooth indentation and lining the top of every tooth indentation as well. If you feel like any of the colours are a little bit too pigmented, you can then go in with some alcohol on a paintbrush and diffuse any of those colours to make them blend in a little bit better. I'm then using the bright red and purple to line the teeth marks once again. There's a lot of repetition in this tutorial, so as I said earlier, just do what you feel suits you best, and that way you'll get the best result. Time for that palette knife again, just lifting up some of that wax to give myself some better access, make the effect look a little bit better. You do you guys, go for it. I'm then lining every tooth mark with dark red, making sure to get into every single crevice so that there's no fleshy bits showing. Now would be a good time to touch up any of that paintwork, so if you're going for a more intense look, now would be the opportune time to make it look a little bit more extreme. Cut to a more intense look, and now it's time for blood. Using dark red Bruise Gel, I'm then going into every single tooth mark and then lining around the bite as well. Then go to town with that blood. Take as much as you would like and dab it into the surrounding areas. So I decided to put it into the center of the wound and then the surrounding areas as well, further down and then around the teeth marks, by applying it with my paintbrush first and then dabbing it with my finger. Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. Come and join the madness. We have fun here, I swear it. Next video will be a half-face zombie tutorial without the use of latex. So make sure to check that one out. Have a good day guys. Bye.